see what time it was. Good afternoon. This is going to be the all signs reading. I'm going to do this one first. And then since there were some signs that I did not get to last week, I'm going to start with those. I've really been going through some things. First of all, the biggest thing that I really went through was really feeling like I started off, I had like a lot of viewers, a lot of subscribers, and then everything just started kind of going down. And then people started commenting. They wanted to know more, about what was going on in the physical realm. And just with like my whole ascension process, I really can't do readings like that anymore because I'm not that person anymore. So I really can't even go back into that energy. And if you're a Virgo, I apologize. I did the best I could with the last video, but I do so much incorporating the physical aspect into my reading. But I have said before that I am not a fortune teller, because you can manifest whatever type of reality that you want. And I know I'm not the one to be saying that right now, because I have been riddled with fears for like the past week, and really gave up twice on a lot of things, and almost gave up on life entirely. It's just this whole thing has been really hard, and I've lost jobs and friends and family and resources, and I was ready just to give the rest of it up. I was just tired, because it is hard, because as you start spiritually awakening and really start getting into returning to who you are as a soul, you start losing things. And Buddha says that the root of all suffering is attachment. And so I guess the lesson that I've been learning is to detach from things. So then I've been working real hard to hold on to stuff, and all my spiritual concepts just went out the window because I was so exhausted. And for the record, if you are exhausted or sick, or if there's anything going on astrologically, you go into lower energies. And so just being so tired, not eating right and everything, I really went into lower energies. So, and really wasn't able to kind of get myself out of it. But there have been a few of you that have reached out to me. I really appreciate it. I spent like 18 hours in bed yesterday, and I've been really doing a lot of sleeping whenever I can. But this channel does mean a lot to me, and I'm being divinely guided to make this video. And I'm going to do this one and possibly get Gemini done and Aries today. That is my goal anyway, since I kind of dropped the ball. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get started. And the first card that I have is the Earth, the Boundaries card. And basically the message that I'm getting with this card is that whole seeing past the illusions and the dimensions, knowing the difference between what is the physical realm and what is the spiritual realm. I know I have had reached a certain point on my twin flame journey where I got really upset about something that happened physically, and I was really able to see into that fifth dimension, that the whole time he and I were together kind of orchestrating these different demonstrations or simulations, so to speak, on a soul level. And the important thing is to really look at the lesson of whatever shows up, to look at that lesson. Okay, what is this teaching me? And that is how you move on to the next level of whatever journey you're on, whatever journey of spiritual awakening that you're on. Because Spirit did let me know that I'm going to have the viewers and the subscribers that I'm meant to have, the ones that are meant to hear the messages that I have. If you came here trying to see what your partner's doing, or anything, having to do. I have this person that keeps emailing me over and over again, wants to know, what people are out to get her and who's doing this to her and like, I don't even do those type of readings. So I really struggled with the Virgo trying to do that kind of reading. I just can't, but really do see past. Like, to me, this is all the different dimensions. Now, this is an earth card, so this is the physical realm. So this also could be setting healthy boundaries with people, with your peers at work, with family members. And the way that you do that is just to always put yourself first. I don't care what people say. A lot of times people try to call you self-centered when you do that. Sorry, my dogs are making a lot of noise. People try to call you self-centered when you put yourself first, or you're selfish. No, the way that you have healthy boundaries with people is by always putting yourself first. And see, to clarify that card, this is what I was getting here. I'm a spirit having a human experience, and I'm getting closer to love. This is why I feel like this more or less has to do with the dimensions, as far as, and see, this is like a third eye too. So this is really seeing, like I said, past those physical illusions and knowing that there is a lot more going on. It's like your soul is in this big room orchestrating with your soul family. And if you are on a twin flame journey, your twin flame's there too, because you're the same soul, but you're working together. And, you're like, okay, well, what's next? You know what? Well, Tracy did show, some fear of loss. She is kind of attached to some things right now. So, you know what? Let's, turn it up a notch. But then, just when it's getting real hard, and the reason why it's real hard is because you don't see it as being an illusion. You feel like it's real, like, oh, this is real. And then, it gets to worrying about it and being anxious about it. And then you anchor it in, and then it builds and it grows energetically. And before you know it, you're in lower vibrations. Believe me, I know. And then the shit seems real bad. But you know what? People always come your way to help you somehow. There's always a way out. Seriously. And because we are being divinely guided, and this is being divinely orchestrated, and we are getting closer to love, which is source energy, where we came from, what we're connected to, that God source energy. We have Ace Illumination. And like I said, I really feel like this is really seeing that. Let's see what card clarifies that. This is really seeing that we can shape whatever type of situation that we want. And that all we have to do is focus our energy and focus our intentions on it, because whatever we believe to be true is true. So like I said before, if you can't stay positive, at least stay neutral. Keep that blank slate so that the universe can come in and paint it for you. Do set your intentions out there and focus your energy on it. But try not to paint too many details, because it can come to you in a different way. To clarify that card, we have clouds, we have shape-shifting. So this is what I was saying about shape-shifting, about becoming anything that you want to become, creating any type of situation that you want to create. And then another message that's coming through too is with like these clouds is that the sun is going to come out. The sun is going to shine. That these clouds aren't going to be here forever. I know in Indiana it has rained 40 days and 40 nights. I think we've only had like maybe 3 dry days. And that's getting to me too, man. I'm like, God. And understand, I'm a regular Morticia Addams. I love bats and dark caves and cemeteries at night and crows and ravens. But man, this rain is sucking the soul out of me. So yes, there are going to be brighter days, and definitely focus your energy, like I said, on what it is you're trying to create right now. And we have the Death card. A lot of things have had to die. These energies have been really tough, and if you've been having trouble with these energies, please comment in the comments below, because I know they have kicked my ass for like 2 weeks now. But yes, a lot of things have had to die, and this is even that, maybe things getting out of the way, things falling off, and maybe even losing some things at this time that, so something better can come in. But we hold on to stuff. I don't know how many times I've tried to hold on to some raggedy shit. Some raggedy shit. Just to lose it, just to have something new come in its place anyway. Something better, maybe with lower payments, lower interest, or, just cheaper altogether. You never know. You just never know. But like I said, this is not, not being attached to things. And I really feel like the physical realm as we know it is really dying. Our physical bodies are still here, but all of that conditioning and ego-based fears and thoughts and memories of who we used to be are dying. And that can be frightening to the ego, and the ego can really fight, to really stay in there. And then once it starts fighting, it wants fed. That energy wants fed, and it feeds in sneaky ways. Like it can start off with a worry or a thought, and it can grow and grow and grow into this big ball of anxiety and stress and misery and depression and all that stuff. So do be very mindful not to feed your ego. That is so important. Do not feed your ego. And to clarify that card, we have a composed soul is not necessarily a calm one. Man. Scream into a canvas, not a pillow. Add anxiety to pose for you. Ask anxiety to pose for you. So yes, this is definitely the energy. In the message that I'm really getting with this card is that we feel like we have to stay positive all the time and really hold it together. Well, sometimes we might just need to punch a pillow or, paint or write a song. I mean, this has been coming out for a lot of the signs lately. If you're a musician or artist, definitely use those tools to really as outlets for this. That scream into a canvas, I mean, that really is, I feel like that has to do with painting your reality as well. I keep talking about painting your reality. This has been a theme lately, and so I do feel like this card is screaming that. Really sit down and decide what type of reality that you want to have, and focus your energy and focus your intentions on it. And when your fears come up, don't feed them. Don't believe your thoughts. It's all right to feel what you feel, but watch your thoughts. In fact, you've got to honor your feelings. So definitely do that, and do not resist what's going on within. And when you don't resist what's going on within, your circumstances, your outer circumstances will change. We have the Earth card, Crone Ascension, and once again, this kind of goes along, look. We have this card, and we have this card. The third, and look, we got one more. The third eye is definitely opening. I know I've had a lot of headaches my whole life, but lately it's been even worse. And it's really been affecting my vision too. Just a lot of pressure in the forehead. And like I said, my eyes just hurt all the time. So this definitely is an ascension symptom. I know I've been having a lot of pain in my body lately, a lot of pain. A lot of anxiety, a lot of digestive issues. And so a lot of these are, of course, goes with stress too. But these are ascension symptoms. And when that third eye starts opening, it can be very scary. I mean, I go to the library here in my town, and I see a lot of people who are deemed and labeled as mentally ill, and I don't like to use that label because I can't stand mental illness labels. because I believe that people who are so-called mentally ill are on a spiritual awakening. And it is very scary. It's very scary when you hear things, you might see things, you feel things, you know things. Um, and when this starts happening, you can really question your sanity. I know if I would sit down with just the average person and tell them, you know what, I, I communicate with the dead. Um, I am Santa Marta La Dominadora. I have spirit guides I talk to. Me and my twin flame are in this room in the fifth dimension, orchestrating everything that's happening right now. I mean, I would really sound crazy. They'd probably put me away. So what I'm getting with this is, and it's a lonely journey. I know I've really withdrawn from people. I've been very isolated, very introverted. I've really gone within, and that's what you have to do. And like I said, it's very, very hard. And you don't always have to stay positive. And I realize I have like a serious fear of failure on top of everything else. Every week it's been like a new fear I faced. I faced fear of rejection. Then I faced fear of loss, and that's fear of failure. I was really, really fearful that I was going to fail at this channel. My ego really got blown up at first. I was like, oh wow, I got all these viewers, and the people that fired me and my coworkers, I can brag about it on Facebook about how good my channel is doing or whatnot, and it never was about that. I've really been working hard on not seeking any validation outside myself whatsoever, and it's been very lonely. Very. But I'm here to tell you, if you are on a spiritual awakening journey, ascension is going to be all right. You're not going crazy. Meditation, I'll tell you what helps me. Meditation, nature walks, and lots of weed. Which I've slowed down some because, I'm trying to, like I said, not need anything outside of myself. All right, so we have hostilities. And with these hostilities, you might even be facing maybe your family or friends or coworkers. Maybe they don't understand, and they're judging you right now. If you're like me, you don't like to be judged. If you've lost your job or quit your job or left a marriage, or like I did, all of the above. People are looking at you like, man, this person used to have their shit together and now they don't. They're going downhill, and they don't understand that those things were never you to begin with. And so you've got to shed what is not you in order to get to what is you. And that's what I'm really sensing with this card right here. Delight. Do meditate. And like I said, get out in nature. I know there have been days I've taken 3 baths because baths really do help me a lot. I'm a water person. I believe it's because of, you see my title of my channel. I really believe that I was a mermaid at one time. That was one of my past lives, and I'm very connected to the water. So whatever it is that really brings you peace, do that. Focus on yourself and make this journey of ascension to feel better, to get to a place where you just feel great. I know that facing these fears and stuff is really, really tough. If you have fears coming up like I have, man. And I'm going to tell you what, fear of failure was my biggest one, because you know what I learned? I would rather give up than fail. That's deep. It really is. But definitely, like I said, I like to swim. I mean, if you like to hike, or if you like to jog, whatever it is you like to do, that whole music, drawing, painting, do those things. To clarify this card, we have thirst, craving, compulsion, obsession. And this is a heavy card. And this is really thirsting after, craving after, obsessing over something that you don't have. And that is what's causing you all these hostilities and all this stress, is really obsessing over things that you don't have. So do try to start a gratitude journal and write in that journal every day and try to find at least 2 or 3 things a day to be grateful for, to focus on what you do have. And also, like I said, and I know you guys are going to get tired of hearing my stories, but it's the only way I can really explain the energy of the card. But I had to be completely alone in order to really step into my power. You know, I'm out here street vending, setting up tables by myself, tearing it down, putting it in the car, packing it up. I'm delivering newspapers at night by myself. I'm out here trying to fix things and trying to handle business, you know, by myself. And just like yesterday, I got a little down because, you know, it was Mother's Day and I didn't hear from my kids. I finally heard from one of them last night. But, you know, just really had to be completely in a place of solitude to be able to know what my own strength is. And so sometimes, you know, and then we judge that as being bad, but then when we get to the other side, we're so strong and so wise for it. I can't wait to get to that point. You know what? I'm really excited about that. And I know I'm not supposed to focus on the future, but it does give me something to look forward to, that whole being really, really empowered and brave and really wise. I'm excited. Fire, completion. So yes, I am showing that a lot of these cycles are ending. Man, thank you. Thank you, universe. So a lot of these cycles are completing right now. And there's going to be, where's that card? The sun is coming out. Reminds me of that Annie song. The sun will come out tomorrow. That's what it feels like. That's the energy I'm getting with this card. And if you are here looking for guidance, tarot cards guidance, that is beautiful. And this is letting me know that I need to keep making these videos. Because I do love doing it. And even if nobody watches or nothing else, I'm going to keep making them because I do love them. But yeah, definitely. And the other message that I'm getting with this card too, and this is the reason why I stopped doing the kind of readings that I'm doing. Because when you go and you have a reading done and you ask for specifics, like when is this going to happen, or how is that going to happen, or is this going to happen? For one thing, you're taking away your power, okay? Because you have the ability to create this, first of all. Second of all, time is an illusion. There's only energy that you align to. Third, nothing in the physical world matters anyway. I think that was 3. But there's like so many reasons why I don't do those type of readings. I don't know how many times I got a physical reading. Oh, your twin flame is going to return to you. You're going to be together in the spring. And I show a wedding by summer. And that was 2 years ago. And you know why I'm not in that situation yet? Because I haven't aligned to it yet. So I can make physical videos all day long. And I know when I was watching those type of videos, I'd be like, yeah, that's it, that's it. And you know what? Then that was it. That was exactly the reality that I aligned to, because I heard it in a reading, and then I believed it, and then I aligned to it. You know, and some of it was not so good. Oh, my partner left me for someone else, or, you know, something. That's why I'm like real careful about those type of readings. Because there's power in words. We have the gift card, and this is the universe giving you the gift of the knowledge of self, your ancient history, of your history as a soul that you are a god and goddess in manifestation, and allowing you to realize that and step into that power. And how do you step into that power? By facing these clouds. Beautiful. Change is coming. It's coming because we've completed these cycles of fear. We faced fears. Man, I don't know how many more fears are left. I'm on this journey with you guys, okay? We're going to get through this together, but there are changes coming. And see, this is really wonderful because this is the lilies. It says the lilies forecast a happy life, and then there's a but. And we're not going to read anything after a but. But hold on. But family sorrow if surrounded by clouds. Or where are these clouds here? But we're moving out of that energy, remember, because we've completed this and we've got change here. But I know a friend of mine, she gave me some fresh lilies the other day for my vase. I actually went and hung out at her house for about an hour last week. It was really nice. It really was. And so that's what these lilies remind me of. You know, of whatever connections that you do have right now, friends, family, loved ones, do cherish them. Because, you know, they're few and far between. You know, people who really understand and really accept you exactly the way you are. You know how hard that is to find people like that just accept you, that don't judge you. So if you have people like that, be grateful. Start there. Write that in your gratitude journal today. All right, we have this postcard from Spirit. Dearest you, pump up the music, bang the drums, get on up, and start that hustle towards your goals and dreams. There are times to be still, but this is not one of them. Now is the time to make that first move. Say yes to life, pick up the phone, make that decision. Take that one step toward the gods or us. Expect a cascade of changes. Good news and opportunities to show up as if by magic. Well, we know it's really Spirit in all of us moving things around for your benefit. The point is that we are saying go for it. Take positive action towards your dreams. Even if the outcome isn't an exact fit for your agenda, it will all be orchestrated by Spirit and arrive in divine appropriate timing. Love you. Just love how it all... Don't you just love how it all works? We love you so much. Wow. That's beautiful. And you know what? When it's talking about music, someone's a musician and someone's supposed to be making music. But see, that I would much rather leave you with a message like this than, you know, your loved one is going to cheat on you, or they're with somebody and what they're doing with somebody else, and all this kind of stuff. Like, seriously, I would rather leave you with this for you to believe this to be true. Well, this is your weekly all signs reading, and like I said, I'm going to get on the other ones. Since I dropped the ball on them last week, I'm going to start on them first. Thank you. And if you would like a personal reading, or if you would like to do an energy donation to my channel, I will include my PayPal email address in the description of the video. And I also take Cash App. Thank you for watching.